Somewhere in time. News. You hear it first.
Yeah, so Pantera announced their reuniting, quote unquote.
Can you call it that?
Seems ghoulish that they're doing it.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm still like on the fence about it because part of me is like, I love both the other musicians that are going to play. You know, Zach Wild's doing guitar and Charlie Benante on drums, which I expected it was going to be that. Like as soon as they announced it, I was like, well, okay, I know who the other two members are.
Surprise!
Yeah, right. Duh.
I mean, I saw somebody like, I hope it's Buckethead. Like, who? What?
No.
Like,
Are you crazy?
How is Buckethead gonna? No, I mean he could do it,
Zach Wild,
fine, but
Zach Wild has a song called "In This River," and when he plays that every single show, and it's about Dime, and he has Dimebag on the screen behind him every single show he plays. He does that. So like clearly he was buddies with the guy and everything. So that was an obvious choice. And then Charlie Benante was pretty obvious too. I mean,
yeah,
Dime played on 4 Anthrax albums. So
I wasn't even aware of that.
Yeah, he did a bunch of solos on a bunch of their albums. It was the John Bush era. That's
obviously.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why I don't know any of it? There you go.
Yeah, but I mean, it's I can see why people are saying it's kind of just a cash grab. Like,
I mean, as much as yeah, sure, it's a cash grab.
I don't know if you call it
but
Pantera,
also
though.
let's face it. Exactly. Like, is anything that he's been in the Down and
there's
the
like the Illegals, featuring Philip Anselmo, Super Joint Ritual.
None of those things have been anywhere close to as successful as Pantera.
Of course,
this is something that the fans have been screaming for since before Vinny was passed. But let's face it wasn't going to happen for obvious reasons. Since Vinny passed, they can do it. I'm not going to harsh on them for making the decision. It's okay that they want to go about it. But I probably I feel good that I got to see Pantera. Well, it was the 4 guys that should be playing that. It can't be there. It can't be. This is if there are people out there that never got to see that, and there's a ton of them.
Oh yeah,
they should. Hey, this ain't a. I can't say it's bad. I'm not going to see it, but
call it like a tribute to Pantera.
Exactly, because it's not
or a celebration of Pantera,
like death to all as opposed to death.
Yeah. And that's kind of, I've watched interviews with Zach Wild, and obviously that's kind of what he's saying. He's like his whole thing is, look, I joined Ozzy and I played Randy Rhoads songs every night, and I wasn't like I wasn't feeling bad about that. I was paying tribute to the guy, and so. That's kind of the way he's looking at it with this, and I guess I can see that. And it also, I kind of want to see it, but it also depends on how much.
I mean, let's face it. But Randy Rhoads would have been like, "Oh crap, I'm dead. Please keep doing this shit."
Yeah, it's. I mean,
Vinny and Daryl, they're they might.
Yeah, it's like
not,
it's like Jason joining Metallica and saying,
"Yes,
I should feel bad for playing Cliff Song." Of course not.
I mean, it's there is an issue. No way around
that. I also am concerned about the venues they're going to play. Like I saw something about they'll do festivals and shit. I don't want to see a fucking festival.
No.
Just come to a decent sized venue that just they're going to play like if they do it on their own, it's going to be like Merriweather or Jiffy Lube.
You think it's going to be that big?
I think so. Yeah.
I guess they were playing that before.
I mean, Incubus just played Jiffy Lube Lives for God's sake. So I didn't think they were still that big. So.
Well, if the Anthrax Black Label Society tour is any indication, the tickets are going to be expensive.
Yeah,
expensive.
It's going to be. Yeah.
They had a BOGO sale on that tour on 4th of July. Literally, buy one get one free tickets for that.
For Anthrax?
Yes.
Well, that would have been.
And I was like,
can we
maybe
call it
we'll go
because it's not everything is BOGO.
But buy one get one.
Yeah, when you buy one, you get one. It's buy one and then you get one for free.
BOGO 100? I don't know. Anyway.
Bogoff.
It's like, that show is like 3 or 4 days before or after the Metallica show in Pittsburgh. So I was like, I'm not.
It's too much metal?
It's too many trips to Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's true.
Joe definitely agrees with that.
I don't even mind Pittsburgh. That is a long fucking drive, though, even from your house. Long, boring drive.
It's boring, is what it is.
Yeah, but how many times does he get Morgantown? It's not as though.
Yeah.
Well, if
a lot of people are stopping by Wilmington.
Winchester.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you get Winchester like once a year at least,
That's all you go to Winchester? It's once a year?
No, it's just good bands will play a venue. You got a couple venues in Winchester that can support acts.
Bright Box, which is
the Blue Fox.
The Blue Fox, the billiards place. Yeah.
Wow.
I could have sworn there was something. I remember seeing something.
There's something on Cork Street that's just a little bar. I can't think of it. There's a college.
Charlestown isn't far from me. Charlestown's only 30 minutes from me. They have 311's coming to Charlestown, actually. But.
Well, the other thing news-wise that you should mention is Dave Ellefson. He's got a band of former Megadeth.
Yeah.
It's weird because they're all like 25-year-old girls in the band.
Is it Jeff Young and who else is
he's got actual members from Megadeth.
It's Pollock? Is that the last name?
Oh, Chris Poland?
Poland, yes.
Oh yeah.
He was good. And he actually played on
The System Has
Failed. Yeah.
Huh.
I don't remember who's doing vocals for it, but
does it matter?
Yeah. But one way or another,
I will not be going to that show.
Yeah, I will not either. I mean,
no, thank you.
Just get somebody who can be nasally and kind of.
Yeah, they don't need anybody high end on the vocals, but still, they really. That's one of those things that I get why you're doing it because you got no other income
and you need some money.
Yeah, but dude, maybe you start, learning how to be a carpenter or something. I think your days are kind of done because you're done fucked up, man. You're done fucked up.
He's a death metal band too. David Ellefson.
Oh, they suck. I didn't
listen. I didn't bother. I don't need to hear that.
It's not very good.
Whatever he put out a couple of years ago I thought it was going to be good based on that first song, and then it was just, it's trash. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Eric? I think we listened to it.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, I remember that. It was not good.
Okay.
Let's get going.
Brush your teeth with this.
We could take the makeup off. I'll bet you we could take the makeup off and it wouldn't make any difference.
You're crazy. When you take the makeup off, you're nuts.
Mellifluous.
What about the Alice in Chains action figures?
Yeah, I've been making some of me for the chicks.
Just a taste of what's going to happen to the rest of your stinking planet. Your civilization is obsolete, by my word.
Gee, we could take off the makeup. I mean, basically, when we started as a band. We started to play rock and roll, and that's what we could do.
Without the makeup, I think you're nuts.
I think that's good.
Why do you want to shock to you anyway?
Verisimilitude.
Ricky, quick,
will you try to take my photos?
Let me see your cigarette lighter.
All right, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
Welcome back to Somewhere in Time Podcast, everybody. SomewhereInTimePodcast.com is where you find us online. All of our episodes streaming there, links to all of our social media, links to our YouTube, all that good stuff. We're back to talk more 92 albums. This episode we're going to be talking about Opiate by Tool and Rage Against the Machine's debut album. Do some quick introductions here. I'm Eric. We've got Tim here.
Hello.
We've got Joe here.
Hey.
And we have Keith here.
Hola.
Yeah, so Tool, we'll start with them since it's their it's also their debut. It's 2 debut albums this episode.
Yeah.
This is their EP, but
2 bands very well much linked together.
Yes, 2 LA bands. We'll start with Tool, play a little bit of this. All right, so Tool is Maynard James Keenan on vocals, Adam Jones on guitar, Paul Demore on bass, who actually plays bass for Ministry now, and Danny Carey on drums. And this album was produced by Steve Hansgen. Never heard of him. Never heard of him. You know him?
What about Sylvia Massey?
Well, Sylvia Massey, yes, Sylvia Massey. Steve Hansen, he's kind of famous locally.
Oh, really?
Yes. He he was the bassist for Minor Threat on their second album, Out of Step. Now, the thing about that is he came in as the bassist because Brian Baker, the guy playing bass, never wanted to be the bassist. He was just, Lyle Pressler, was a guitarist, and he was a guitarist too, and he's just like, all right, I guess I have to play the bass now. So they brought in the Steve guy, who was a good friend of Brian Baker's, and he ended up being the bass player for that one album, and he didn't last too long, and they, kind of replaced him back with Brian Baker before the band imploded in '83. So,
gotcha.
One way or another.
Funny enough, Damore did not want to play bass either.
Oh, really? Was he a guitar player?
Yeah. Good decision, buddy.
Let's face it. There's a lot of bands I'm aware of that, face it, the last guitar player to ask to get in ends up being the bass player.
Well, Damore he played on this and on Undertow, and that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, when we should talk about, let's face it, the construction of this band, the beginning, where it all started.
Green Jello?
Where did it start? Green Jello.
Yeah, that's right.
Bill Manspeaker, man.
I had no idea. I was looking at some of the info on this album, and I'm like, hold on. Danny Carey was in Green Jello for 4 years. What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
I knew Maynard was. I didn't know that.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. Like when he was first in LA, or I don't even know when it was, but one way or another, Adam, and I reading this, in the research for this thing, face it, Adam was hanging out a lot with the Green Jello guys, got Maynard in. He ended up in the band as the second lead singer. He was Jim at that time, and then eventually decided to change his, start being called Maynard, and all of a sudden he was, they're both insane. Maynard and Stanky, I think it is, are both insane. But one way or another, Adam then started jamming with, Adam and Maynard started playing together, and next thing you know, voila, they start up, and then of course the 2 live tracks from this album were recorded at Bill Manspeaker's loft.
Yeah, that's right.
They closed, Green Jello closed the show that this is recorded from.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
And that Bob Marley wannabe motherfucker out of here is some friend of Maynard's. His name was Donovan, but that's as much as I found out. I don't believe he even necessarily got kicked out of the show. He just was forced to leave the area he may have been standing in.
I was interested in how short the tracks on this album are compared to all of their. Well,
let's face it. This is when they started. They were not, a progressive. If you even want to, I mean, they're progressive now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they got to be. They're definitely not like normal metal, So,
yeah, they're not.
They're definitely not. No,
they're out there, and
for sure.
I mean, even let's face it. Even with this album and Undertow, this is definitely a little more out there than a lot of anyone else was doing at the time. Which is, I mean, that's the thing. Let's just go ahead and say that I fucking love this album.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
I
mean, the first 3 Tool albums are. Unbelievably good.
It's just exactly.
Unbelievably
good. Almost the low points are still above mediocre. I mean, it's just there's nothing bad at all about this.
It was, for me, it was great going back to this album because, I don't listen to this album a lot.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. This is the first time, I believe, since, I've been doing this with you guys, that I ended up going out and buying the album.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Actually, so did I.
Yeah, me too. Well, not because of this.
Let's face it. The goddamn thing is like $8. It's $8.23. It's like, I might not have done it had it been $15, but
right,
I got this in Undertow.
Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's like, why wouldn't I buy that for $8?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And why is it only $8?
Yeah, why? Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, it is such. I mean, it's only 6 tracks, but still. It is so damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've run into other EPs that are, insane, exaggerated prices, like, most albums are. But, yeah, anybody listening to this, if you don't know this album and, you own a record player, go out, find it today because it's cheap and it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. This album reminds me of Seth Lake, too.
Yeah.
That's not an actual lake.
No.
it's
a person.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good.
Hey
point.
Seth, if you're listening, you're probably not, but you know,
Tool and Clutch were.
Yeah, we can pretty much thank him for. I mean, I'm sure we would have discovered them eventually anyway, but
yeah.
I mean, that's for me. You mentioned, my junior year of high school, in Coach Coughlin's history class. Two of my friends in that class were, of course, Skinny Pup or Sick Pup, and Dan Vasquez, Sturge,
John Wilson, yeah.
So both of them, but one way or another, when I was, kind of trading a lot of albums with friends those days, Sturge had gone to Kemp Mill, right across the street from our high school, and somebody there had been like, "Man, new stuff coming out, man. This Tool band, man, you guys check this guy's out." He bought it and he loaned it to me, and it's fucking Undertow, before the video I think even came out, and it was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we knew about them until the video, did we?
And another thing about the two bands, I think I've mentioned this many, many times, but sure, I went to Wolf Trap when I was a kid and saw God knows what my parents dragged me to. First show I ever went to was Lollapalooza in 1993 at Charlestown Raceway. First two bands that played that show, Rage Against the Machine, into Tool. So these two bands are the first two live bands I ever saw live, and
nice.
God damn, does it feel good to say that.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
First two bands I saw live were Def Leppard and Europe. The final countdown.
But you saw that in like 86, and the first show I ever saw was 93, so I missed out on a lot,
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, this band is ridiculously talented too. Obviously Danny Carey is one of the best drummers out there, and Maynard's voice is, good Lord.
The range he has, the stuff he does with it, he just...
Oh, the screams on this album are just
so awesome. It's so awesome.
God, and that's stuff that he doesn't really do. Obviously he's older, so he probably can't do it much these days, but those screams are... his voice is still amazing. Like the last Perfect Circle album was amazing. Last Tool album was good. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it was good. Going back to my previous comment about like how short the songs are, I do feel like later Tool, especially this last album, is a little self-indulgent and just they've gotten kind of a little too, I don't know, progressive.
Well, I'm pretty sure that like the latest stuff they're actually doing to piss off their own fan base. They're just like, man, these guys won't shut the fuck up. All right, let's make this one 15 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just have like,
Now people eat it up. They love it.
Well, they did the song Opiate is only like 5 minutes, because then you've got, that 3 minutes of nothing and then the hidden track. And then they did a re-release of that song. They re-recorded a new version of it last year. 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's twice as long as the original.
They can't help themselves.
You haven't heard it?
I don't think I've heard the 10-minute version.
Oh, that's good.
It's one thing. I love Tool. The only two albums I have by them are, Opiate and Undertow. I had them on tape, back from 1992.
You don't have their best album.
I don't have any other stuff, and that's one of those bands. Let's face it, they definitely went in their own direction. They hit a tangent and went off on a tangent from that tangent. And as much as hey, when I was in college, I indulged in a lot of recreational activities that maybe would have made me really enjoy what they were doing a lot, but at the same time, I just, I was just too heavy.
Talking about soccer?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, their last album kind of is like soccer, so listen to it.
Oh, you think it's boring?
Something needs to happen here at some point.
It's just too long.
I think Enema was where they had the perfect balance of that. Let's continue these tangents, but they didn't go so long, where they just
absolutely
one little change after 8 bars, and then 8 bars later, it would change something else.
Yep.
Oof. I don't even know how you remember to play these live.
That's a good question.
I cannot imagine.
No.
All right, should we get into the tracks?
Yeah.
Whoa, the tracks.
So we played a little bit of Sweat. Did the chorus remind you guys of Maiden a little bit? The Deja Vu?
Of Maiden?
Yeah, well, just lyrically. Deja Vu.
Oh,
I've been here before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah.
Action.
No, we didn't. We probably should because it's the drums sound weird. The hi-hat is something special. I have to say.
It sounds like a first album.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the initial demo stuff that they were doing, was done by Steve, and it was done like on a 4-track, like in his bathroom or something. So it was. I don't know. I think they upgraded from that demo stuff to this, 6-track EP, but I'm pretty sure it was still, they weren't, they hadn't yet established themselves at anything yet. So,
yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all for debut. I don't think.
Not
really
a
debut.
I think other than the weirdness of the hi-hat, I think everything sounds really good. And actually, it's mixed really well too. I think like the bass comes through really nicely.
Yeah, bass is big on this.
Yeah, absolutely. Rickenbacker, I believe, is what he's playing. So
yeah,
the drums do sound weird.
That's what he played live. I don't know if I'm assuming he probably played that on the album too.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good guitar tone. Everything else about it I like a lot. Actually, sounds good.
Well, we forgot to mention the album cover. Should we wait to the end?
We can do that. We can do that now. There are two, yeah. There's the original, which is that weird priest-looking dude.
That's the one. Yeah, it's the one I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
What's the
priest?
other one?
But he's like, it's a weird cover, as you'd expect.
Yeah.
The new one's much more Tool-looking.
Yeah.
They're both fine.
Oh, the new one. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you meant there was another one for this EP.
Yeah, there is.
No, just the alternative. There's an alternative cover.
There are two. Yeah, there's. I don't know if it's newer or what, but there's it's almost like it's still a priest, but he's got like 8 arms, and I guess the original one does too. It's just weird.
They zoomed out more.
But
no, it's a drawing.
It looks more like Buddhist.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the poses, so it's kind of a mix of. Maybe they're trying to mix different religions into.
Could be
the opiate theme. Religion is the opiate of the masses was like kind of the theme of that. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Probably.
Makes sense.
So Hush. Yeah, Hush.
Well, I want to play this part of Sweat because it's fucking awesome.
Backwards drum fill.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to play that part.
It's good palm muting on the bass with the pick. I don't typically like pick bass, but it's always worked for this band very well.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of suits them. They kind of need it almost.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Hush. My only note on Hush was lyrically for Tool, it's a little juvenile, right?
It's an anti-censorship song.
Yeah.
I feel like every band had to do this.
Well, it's one of those Tool songs that you actually know what they're talking about. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know what prison sex is about, but this one, prison sex.
It's pretty straightforward. Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Go kill yourself.
It's effective.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they gets the point across.
Yeah.
Very economically.
Very short. Yeah.
It opens with a really good scream too, I think, right?
Yeah.
It says "fuck you" right away, didn't it?
Yes.
Oh, the scream is so good.
That's a good meaty riff too.
Yeah.
I miss the attitude. The old school attitude that they had. This sort of the tongue-in-cheek stuff and the pissed offness and the that all
you
sort of
kind of lose that when you get old.
When you get rich and you have
kids,
your own wine, your own
vineyard.
Yeah.
I still miss it.
Yeah, like Hooker with a Penis. That song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ridiculous. Any moments on the song you want to point out? Anybody?
Yeah, I mean that's one thing. Like listening to this, the only listens I did for this one was on the record, so I don't have I'm not staring at the time counter.
No.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even have my computer sitting there with me when I was listening to it.
Yeah.
Where was the needle in that part you liked? Was it?
I'll go set up my
in the
record
middle.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, right. All right. Well, if we don't have a lot of notes on that, we can switch to Part of Me. Which my note on that, just 2:30 is what I had for the really awesome part. Just 2:30 to the end, actually.
Yeah.
The lyric, I just know not lyrics. The vocals, maybe it's just that song. They are a little hollow sounding, kind of.
All I heard was the hi hat. Now, thanks to.
Yep. You're not going to unhear it either. That's a forever thing.
Tim ruining albums for you since 2018.
That's right. Notice the hi hat. Ruined.
The next two songs are live songs, Cold and Ugly and Jerk Off. Well, Jerk Off is probably my favorite song on the album.
Oh, yeah, I think Cold and Ugly.
I don't know. Opiate. I think Opiate is like my favorite.
Cold and Ugly is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of there for me. I wish these were recorded in a studio at some point.
Yeah. The Jerk Off is fucking great, though.
Do you have that bootleg live? Oh, I forget what it's called. Let me see. It's called Tales from the Dark Side, Eric.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I guess I should have waited. But for Jerk Off, I uploaded a live version from that bootleg.
Oh, okay.
Onto the main drive, Google Drive, 1992 show content.
Yeah.
And the scream in that one is, I think, superior to the one on this recording. If you want to compare.
Wow,
the problem is
something.
The problem is it was a radio. It was recorded for the radio, so they bleep out the fucking parts.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's the weakness.
A lot of those too.
Yeah.
Well, I'll play it
now.
anyway.
It's there, but we might want to listen to that.
I can compare, yeah. Cold and Ugly, I did have a couple notes on this one. The drum fill at 255, I put I can't remember what it was, but let's see. Oh, that thing.
He does that a few times in this.
Oh, I love that.
I think there's 3 or 4 times where he does that.
I don't know why
he just learned it. It's awesome.
I love when drummers do that.
Yeah,
it's like rolling
really
snare and
hard.
then rolling double bass. Yeah,
it's really hard to do.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, we are talking about a certain guy who's kind of got the skill to do that, so he can show off every once in a while.
Does he do that is it Parabola? I think he does that part where it's like bum 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 bum, and then he just goes into the super fast double bass. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe, yeah. That does ring a bell. It's so simple, but it doesn't sound like it'd be that hard because it's just a simple, it's this and then that, it's your hands and your feet, but it's...
But just... I guess I'm assuming we've all at least tried to play the double bass at some point.
Oh, yeah.
There's a mode you kind of have to get in. Like
right, you have to work up to it.
Yeah.
And if you're if your upper half is not doing that same fast shit right there, it's very hard to...
transition.
To have your feet doing that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right.
I downloaded that Jerk Off. I'm going to save that now, and we can play a little bit of Jerk Off, the one from the EP, and then we can compare. So.
Used to be a bunch of assholes that lived in this part of the building here.
Hello, assholes. Hello,
we systematically removed them like you would any kind of termite or roach.
Roach. Sounds like... Whoa, that's right.
It does.
Punishment was sure for those who dare
I played a minute of that.
I know. I thought we were just listening.
Yeah, let me
We get the screams at the end, though. Those are the big two.
Well, let me go to the end on this one then. Go a little further, I guess.
The die part.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Awesome.
Good Lord! Shut up now! Shoot you in your head!
Oh. Yeah.
That's it.
Radio edit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still awesome though.
Just beep it or something. You know?
Good lord.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that one's a little bit better.
Yeah. Whew.
I don't know where he breathes in that. You know?
I know.
I don't know. He's something else.
He might be like inhaling during some of that, during some of the vocals.
Yeah. You said Opiate's your favorite song on this album?
Oh, God. I
Keith.
love that too.
Yeah.
And you haven't listened to the new one.
I know. I've not heard that.
I think you'll like that one too.
Yeah, it's not that much different. There's just like a breakdown thing in the middle that's like 4 minutes long.
Someone strong to guide you. Deaf and blind and dumb and born to follow. What you need is someone strong to guide you. Like me. Like me. Like me.
I want to get to the end of this one because that's when it really kicked in for me.
When he speaks for me. He has needs like I do. We both want to rape
God.
ya.
So good. Yep. He's pretty good.
Yep.
He's pretty good. And then there's a hidden song, which that's supposed to sound like the end by the Doors, right? Like the beginning of it, at least. That's what it reminded me of.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a question. I don't remember that being on the tape that I bought back in 1990.
Really?
Yeah, maybe
I remember
it was.
this
And
song.
I just never. I just stopped it. Maybe I didn't even realize it existed.
Probably.
I could have sworn we talked about this song.
I think we did at one point. That's totally the end by the Doors.
Yeah, it totally is.
It's called the Gaping Lotus Experience.
Yes.
It's okay until he pisses on your lighter. Kinda smells, kinda cool, kinda funny.
It's silly.
Yeah.
I could play a little bit of the new Opiate, the one from last year, but it's it's long. But I'll play a little bit.
All of it.
Yeah, I'll play a little bit.
Yeah, intro is a little different too.
Choices always were a problem for you. What you need is someone strong to guide you. Deaf and blind and dumb and born to follow. What you need is someone
bass line's so good there.
Yeah.
Builds the tension up to the next part.
And there's, let me go to the middle of it. There's like this whole. As with most of their new stuff, this goes on for like 4 minutes.
That's so Tool.
Yes.
They were like, what if we did this song as a Tool song now? And they did it.
That's what it is. This was just last year, right? 2021?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
Drum
no, it was this year.
Was it 22?
Yeah.
Oh, because it was commemorating the anniversary of it.
Oh, that makes sense. Because they played it when I saw them.
Oh, okay.
It was, March, I think? February?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Do we want to grade this now? Or do we want to wait till the end of the episode?
Do we grade EPs? I forget.
Yeah.
We absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's grade it now.
Yeah.
All right.
That's tricky.
It is tricky.
I mean, it's only 6 songs. Yeah. So I mean,
I'm gonna go A minus, only because there's. I mean, all the songs are good, but
I don't think
know
EPs are allowed to get A's.
They are.
A minus. I'm just sticking with that.
Me too. A minus. Because it's short.
I say B+.
And then the hi hat. Maybe it's a B plus.
B plus. Hi hat drops a little bit, so B plus.
Damn hi hat.
I'm sorry, but every single fucking song on this thing is incredibly incredible. I loved live albums, especially when I was younger at this stage. So having 2 live tracks in there just gives it a little bit more energy. I'm going A plus.
All right.
Wow.
Fair enough.
This is definitely an absolute, like, considering I just bought it and have thrown it in numerous times in the last month. It's, obviously not with my kids around. That's always a complication in my household, but yeah.
So their actual first, I guess, recording was called 72826. Did you see this?
No.
I don't.
The demo that they sent in was called.
I'm guessing it's a demo, yeah. But I would imagine that 72826 would spell out Satan if you did the old T9 texting.
Oh, maybe.
Am I right on that? I think that's what it would be. I was trying to. I mean, it's not deep. You'd think they'd be a little deeper in their numerology, but not this time.
Yeah, I'm looking at the playlist of that right now. It's all stuff that's either on Opiate or Undertow. So, Cold and Ugly, Hush,
how many
Part of
hundreds
Me,
of dollars that would be?
Crawl Away.
Oh God, you probably don't even want to look at that.
Of course they do.
All right. Well, while you look at that, we should move on to Rage Against the Machine.
All right.
We'll play a little bit of this to get going. We'll just play the opening track. It's
classic.
Yeah. Fade out there. Yep. Rage Against the Machine, obviously Zach De La Roca on vocals, Tom Morello on guitar, Tim Comerford on bass, and Brad Wilk on drums. Additional musicians, obviously you've got Maynard in there on Know Your Enemy, and Stephen Perkins of Shane's Addiction on Know Your Enemy, additional percussion on Know Your Enemy. Who was the producer on this album? Oh, Garth Richardson. I don't know who that is.
I don't know, but he did a good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, production's great on this album.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds really good.
I mean, this is really the start of rap rock. I mean, this is, who else did this?
It kind of is.
I mean, it's just like rap music. Let's face it. It was incredible when that stuff came out. And everyone was like, what the hell do we do with this? I mean, they're just, you can't do that. That's no, stop it. It's like, and then everybody tried to copy it and it turned into an actual puddle of swill.
Well, Tom Morello has said in the past his he listened to a ton of like Black Sabbath, but also was way into like Public Enemy and all these other bands. So it's, and I think I've talked about this before, but around that time, like the late 80s, it was a lot of like really hardcore metal bands and really hardcore rap bands that were coming out at the time. This is kind of a mix between both of them. Politically, obviously, they're bands like Public Enemy were kind of on par with them, what they were singing about, those kinds of things. Yeah. So, in fact, we could talk about that now. It's actually fitting that we're talking about this band right now because Rage Against the Machine is touring as we record this podcast. Their first reunion tour since 2011, I think. And a bunch of fucking idiots online are just now realizing that this band is political.
It's hilarious. It's so awesome.
Who's the tool?
Like people going, oh, woke against the machine. Oh,
it is.
You fucking idiots. You've been woke since 1992,
oh my God.
You moron.
It is hilarious.
Who is the conservative congressman who, oh God, what the hell is the guy? God, I can't believe I can't remember his name, but he was just like, yeah, man, I really love Rage Against the Machine. It's like, you are the machine they're raging against, dude. You are the...
My brother in Christ, you are the machine.
How do you not get that?
Man. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's funny because, and I'm sure, Tim, you thought about this, and this is probably in your notes too, but when this band came out, we hated them.
Oh, we despised them. We despised them. It wasn't even really the politics. It was...
No, it wasn't.
We just didn't like the vocals. We didn't like all the
the rap.
The rap stuff, basically.
You guys don't like the rap.
Well, it was weird the way it worked out.
Yeah,
we were like, I think it was a tape we had. Somehow we got a tape.
Yeah, we had it.
And God, fuck these guys. They suck. Hate them so much. It's horrible. And we were playing it. We're like, fucking sucks. Hate this. This is
raging.
Terrible. This is really kind of good. This is awesome. Damn it. This is so good. Fuck. This album is great.
I think when we got to Know Your Enemy, we're like,
we're like, all right.
This album's pretty fucking good, actually.
This is pretty good. It was so weird.
I think we were actually making fun of the first like 3 or 4 songs, because Zach Taylor Work has got kind of a, high pitched voice.
Yeah.
And, it was the rapping stuff, and we're like, we're kind of making fun of it. And then,
yeah.
Actually, he's screaming there. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I mean, his background, he comes out of the, the SoCal hardcore scene. So, he actually, I mean, obviously I would imagine, was a pretty big fan of rap as well. But,
right.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen there's a lot of early footage out there of them.
Yeah.
Like playing like record stores. And
it's crazy.
I can't even imagine being at like a little small college and just like, hey, we're Rage Against the Machine. And they just go.
I know. And they go into this, you're like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Tom Morello's doing scratching on his guitar.
Well, I mean, Tom Morello and Zach De La Rocha were both at that New Year's Eve Green Jello.
Oh, really?
Show. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There are pictures of Tom Morello in the crowd.
Of
oh my God,
that recording.
Yeah, you can find that online pretty easily. It's pretty funny. I think you see Tom Morello in his baseball cap just standing like front row at this Tool show.
That's
probably
crazy.
right near that Donovan guy who systematically removed like some form of termite or roach.
Systematically removed them. Like some sort of
rage.
Whoa, the tracks.
Whoa.
Well, shall we talk about?
The album cover. We can talk about that.
Before you do, I just want to make a statement. I bought the Tool. Discogs.
No,
what?
Really?
The demo?
I found it for $50 with shipping.
50.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not so bad.
That was way cheaper than everyone else.
Is it a record or is it a CD?
It's a vinyl.
Better be a record.
Oh shit!
Wow.
If you paid for a tape, fucking idiot.
Well, it wasn't maybe it was like a CD or something.
Yeah. How are tapes all of a sudden coming back? We can get on that some other time.
Yeah.
No, those should never come back.
Horrible.
Okay, well, I'll be interested to hear what you think of that or how it sounds when you get it.
Yeah.
It's a demo, so I'm sure it's going to sound like...
It's a demo plus bonus, it says.
Oh, nice. So yeah, the album cover is obviously...
very famous photograph.
Yep. The self-immolation of... I can't pronounce his name. A Vietnamese Buddhist monk.
Yeah, let's.
I don't want to butcher his name.
Duck, probably.
Yeah.
Something close to that.
Yep. He was protesting the administration for oppressing the Buddhist religion.
We're in China?
1963 in Vietnam.
Or Vietnam. Yeah.
Yep. So, not much more to talk about with the album cover.
No.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. It fits them well,
Yeah.
It's
makes a statement.
Yep, it does. Again,
what is this? They're woke, man. What the hell?
I mean, yeah. Who would buy that album and not be like, well, I know what you know what you're getting into the second you see it. But then again, you figure all these dumb shit libertarians like freedom. Well, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about because my freedom is my freedom of libertarians. These guys really get me. Freedom, yeah. Freedom, yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, right.
My freedom.
Yeah. It's so perfect. It's perfect. That's exactly what commenting is on all social media. It's just like a deluge of stupidity. Just like, there it is. Perfect.
It's unbelievable.
You tell me you didn't listen to the album without telling me.
I mean, any of it? Like any
pick a song.
Any line of any song.
I know.
Any of
that. Have you seen the meme with the cop? He's like in his car, all of his shit, all his armor. And he's got a coffee tumbler. It says, "Don't tread on me." And he's like, "Yeah." And then underneath it says, "My brother in Christ, you are the one doing the tread." It's like they don't fucking get the irony.
Yeah. Yes.
Of exactly what they're saying they love. Like, no, that's not how it works. Especially, the next song. I bet that pisses people off when they realize what it's about.
You mean Killing in the Name of?
Yeah.
That's speaking of which.
Oh, yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can talk
Public
about
Enemy and Rage Against the Machine have been saying this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. 2 years ago, we're like, okay.
Yeah.
We're getting political. It's hard not to with these guys.
Well, yeah, there's no way around it.
This is the most political band we're going to talk about probably ever on this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, we might get into some of my punk stuff, and that might tread the line, but no, I'm pretty sure these guys are more political than, maybe we'll talk about Billy Bragg or something. But...
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe not. Yeah.
All right, should we get
one thing about this track, I wish that, the verse wasn't, all right, you repeat the chorus. You repeat the words of the chorus every single goddamn time. It's a chorus. It's what you're supposed to do. Just wish they didn't do the same verse.
Of Killing in the Name? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a point. I mean, let's face it. I guarantee you, Zach could have come up with, this could have been a hour and a half long song. Like, he can easily have put enough lyrics regarding this topic.
Do you think it sticks better this way, though? Like, it's pretty much
let's face it. It's
unambiguously.
It's pretty telling, the words,
I'm sure that was not an accident that he did it like that.
No.
He wanted to make a point, and he wanted to make sure that it was as clear as it could be without literally.
I don't know. How do you kind of bring in, how do you invoke the NWA without using their song?
Well, let's play a little. I mean, we all know this song, but
of course,
we'll play a little bit.
What a riff.
Yeah, I know. I love the bass on this album, too. It's so fucking loud. Love that.
I love the differentiation you can hear. Like, you know, this is one of those bands that freaking feel and hear everything the bass does.
Everything,
And that guitar tone is so kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's flangy, but not too flangy.
Yeah. It's good. It's just...
Yeah, it's almost like a blues tone. There's a lot of low end and there's a lot of like... it's not as bright as most metal stuff.
You do what they told you. Now you do what they told you. Now you do what they told you.
Okay, well, we know all that. We gotta get to the end, though. Right?
Of course.
On the solo.
The solo, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't getting
Funny
into
enough,
that.
the solo is not that difficult. This solo. It's actually pretty damn easy. It's just a whammy pedal. It's fucking awesome. But not too difficult. Oh, and trust me, Keith, there's some guitar stuff on this album I'm going to talk about. It's some of my favorite guitar work ever, so... Play a little bit of the, you know.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
You gotta get to this part, right?
Of course.
Bass right there, chords.
Yeah.
There's that.
Maybe it was this we heard and we were like, well, you know.
Yes. How do you hear that and go, that's, right. That's okay. That's just
no good.
I also feel like I think Freedom was the first single, wasn't it? I don't think this was. I don't think Killing the Name was the first.
I don't think this. Yeah, this. I don't think this was the first.
I thought Freedom came out later.
Because I thought we heard Freedom.
I thought Freedom
like,
was like the second or third.
I thought it was the third for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I
know we saw that video when we thought we were. Well, we'll get to that song. We have comments on that song, but
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how we would have heard this song and gone. Meh.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know. I felt like we were. Like, even I didn't like them that much. It took a long time for me to come around. I don't know. Just like, I guess, fuck these guys. I don't know. They were
I guess it was the rap thing. I don't know.
I think it was the rap thing.
I'm pretty sure, knowing you guys, it was the rap thing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. White suburbanites. Oh, rapping. I don't like that.
No.
Well, ironically, that's what like most rap fans were.
Oh, I know. Yeah, if you look at that crowd on this tour they're on right now, it's like a sea of white people, which is
no. I mean for actual rap, like it's mostly suburban white kids.
It's like the guy in Office Space.
Oh,
in his car at the beginning in traffic.
Exactly.
And he locks his door.
Yeah.
So, "Killing in the Name" was the first single from that album.
Okay. So we did watch that and go, "That's okay, I guess."
And then "Freedom."
Well, they would have bleeped out the "fuck you" parts. That took some impact away.
I mean, you definitely didn't see that on Headbangers
I don't know what the
Ball.
order is, but "Freedom" was not. I don't think it was the second one either.
Okay. Well,
that's taking us a while.
It did, because
it did.
It was like a year later, and we were listening to it.
It was. We hated them for a long time.
Yeah.
I know that I saw them in, what was it, 97 with you, Eric?
No, it was before that, because I was living in Utah in 97. It was like 95, I think.
It was my junior year of college, so it would have been
96, maybe.
96 and 97.
Could have been 96.
Yeah, it would have been 96.
So, yeah, at the Patriot Center.
Yes.
One of the best shows I've ever seen. I still have a t-shirt. I should have worn that t-shirt.
I mean, that flat out, seriously. I mean, that was the second time I saw them. And that, I will never forget that show. That show was just, I'm so angry I didn't buy, I should have gone out that morning and bought brand new shoes. I was slipping on my ass all night long, but that was just so intense.
Oh man! And I got a free I got a free shirt at that show because out of nowhere this shirt comes flying from the middle of the crowd and it like hits like right at me. I'm like, oh sweet, and I grab it. It was my size. I was like, sweet, free shirt.
Wow.
I know, it was really weird. But yeah, that was Patriot Center, the entire floor.
Yeah, they kept on doing the entire, opening lights for the entire auditorium. And I had no idea what that meant anything at the time. Apparently, that's a hint that the auditorium is trying to get the audience to shut the fuck up and sit down.
Oh, really? Is
we
that
did
right?
not. Yes, they kept on during the overall full auditorium lights, and that's supposed to be some indication from the auditorium that everybody stop doing what you're doing. And that's the whole thing. Scott went to go to the bathroom during this show, and I forget it was, sometime the last half of the, set, but one way or another, he went to the bathroom, went back to the door, and they're like, yeah, you're not going back in. And he's like,
oh,
huh? Wait, what happened? No, I've got, here's my ticket. Just like, yes. Have you see all these people sitting here on the floor? Yes. We haven't been letting anyone back in here since this band started. They flat out were, it was,
you couldn't go anywhere.
The entire floor of the Patriot Center was a mosh pit. It was.
Yeah, it was.
It was incredible.
It was amazing.
It's on YouTube, right? Isn't that show on YouTube?
There are clips from it, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember seeing the house lights come up.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember seeing clips of that, and didn't he just like walk out?
Yeah.
Like that's how the show started. He just walked out like, "What's up, y'all?"
The show fucking started like 3 hours late because I don't even remember. I remember we were all standing there, and all of a sudden somebody looked down and realized there was a full cup with a yellow substance in it, and so we're all like, "Oh, somebody just took a piss there." We all just kind of walked away, and I don't know what happened one way or another. Yeah, I remember that Jesus Lizard opened.
I think so. I think that's opener.
And everyone was like, "Okay, that was Jesus Lizard. Thank you. See you later." When's Rage starting? And then we all stood there. So, a lot longer than we should have had to. But.
Well, I think Zach De La Rocca did make a little speech at the beginning, like saying, "Hey, you guys need to like back off the barricade at the front there.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are getting a little too crazy. Like, just calm down and we'll start." And then the house light just stayed up.
Yeah,
people were not calming down.
That was God. I've been to some crazy freaking shows in the hardcore scene and all that, but that show, man,
yeah.
But that was let's face it, that was off of their second. That was the tour off of their second album. So let's get back to this.
Yep. Take the Power Back is the next one.
This is the only one I actually have at 3:30.
Well, yeah, and this is.
Oh, you want to just do the starting?
The bass part in the beginning is fucking awesome. Just the little boom boom boom
slap,
that bass line, yeah.
This rhythm section, very underrated, probably.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the ratings are. I'm guessing they're underrated because I think they're really awesome.
Yeah.
But the drummer played on the last Sabbath album.
I forgot about that. That's so weird.
It is.
He's got a groove.
Yeah, he does.
Well, he almost ended up the drummer of Pearl Jam.
Everybody's been a drummer for Pearl Jam at one point.
I was one for at least 2 shows.
All right, you said 3:30. Let me get to that.
But the lesson planning
can't
be call. The students' eyes don't perceive the lies mounting on every fucking wall. Closure is well kept. I guess he fears playing the fool. Replacing students sit and listen to that bullshit that he learned in school. Europe ain't my rope to swing on.
I also have 2:40 because I can't. It's a solo, and the solo sounds good. And what the bass is doing is really cool too.
Yeah.
These little bass fills. That thing? Awesome.
Yes. I need to learn this song.
Okay. I could just keep playing the whole fucking song.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, well, yeah, I should play the No More Lies part, though, too, because that's really good, too. I don't know. This album is so good. The drum stuff is... stuff he's doing on the ride there is crazy.
It's cool.
No more lies. No more lies. No more lies. No more lies. No more lies.
God.
Yeah. Take it back, y'all. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back, y'all. Come on. Take it back, y'all. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back, y'all. Come on. Yeah.
Good Lord.
It only got worse in the world.
I know.
This album came out.
I know.
They were Rage Against the Machine, and the machine got way worse.
Yep.
The machine was like, no, you're not.
That's right.
You can
Watch
try.
this. Yeah.
Like you start beating your dad at something, like a basketball or something. It's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
We're into this.
We were humoring you.
Yeah.
Letting you do a little rock band thing.
Roe v. Wade. Ha!
Let's not talk about that.
No.
I think the next song is my least favorite on the album. Settle for Nothing.
I mean, it's. I think it's probably like the going down like the track listing. It's like Township Rebellion. Oh yeah, Freedom. Wake Up. All these tracks, just like, oh yeah. Wait a minute, Settle for Nothing. How does that go
again?
Yeah, it's the only one that I could do the main rhythm for without.
Yeah. It's fine. It's just not.
It's on the album, and this is a great album. But hey,
it's a little slow.
How about we just go to Bullet in the Head?
Yeah. There's really nothing to talk about.
Skip.
I mean, it's a fine song, but of the rest of the ones on this album, I'd say we don't need to bother.
No,
playing.
We got other stuff to talk about tonight.
It's like a B-side of a single or something.
Yeah. Bullet in the Head's good though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there's a bad one besides Settle for. I mean, Settle for Nothing isn't bad.
This is another one where the bass is the star though. Right?
Sounds like Primus. And that's not even a guitar riff.
Yeah.
It's just making noises.
It's cool.
All right. I gotta play the end of this song, right? Because
yeah, of course, you have to.
Yeah.
Man, love how his voice cracks.
I know,
it's awesome. Man.
And it goes right into God.
the motherfucker on the album, right?
Oh my God, this song.
I mean, we all agree this is the best song on the album.
This is their best song, period.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
It is.
Yeah, definitely the best song on this album.
What's funny is I think this is their best song album, but I like Evil Empire better as an album overall.
Yes. I can't. Yes, I agree with your assessment.
Yeah,
I don't.
Really?
But no, I like this one better. Actually,
we
I
can
was
all
playing
agree
it back
that
to back.
the first two are much better than the last one.
Battle of Los Angeles
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
worst
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not counting the cover album and
Yeah. That was cool. I own it, but it's, I don't know how often I ever throw that in intentionally.
So the main riff in this song, when it gets into the it's Frankenstein,
from Edgar Winter.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man.
No. Just faster.
Oh man. Yeah.
You can play the Overkill version.
I could, yeah. Overkill, Frankenstein. Talked about this last year. I mean,
it's pretty close.
Yeah, close enough.
Inspired.
Yeah,
loosely inspired by.
So, the guitar solo in this song, though,
is it good?
One of the best guitar solos ever.
Well, let me ask. Let's face it. We've talked a lot about the effect of Eddie Van Halen, on electric guitar. Now, Tom Morello's approach to when they were, writing rap songs and trying to turn them into this new form of, this melding of metal and rock and rap. He really wanted to kind of utilize the guitar like no one else was doing.
Oh yeah.
Try and kind of add in sounds that you normally hear from turntables, from scratching and stuff like that.
Right.
And try and emulate and create that with his own thing. So obviously Eric, judging from everything you've said so far, he succeeds in to an extent, and also kind of adds. He's doing stuff that no one else really did. And let's face it, this isn't like what Eddie Van Halen did, because everyone now does that. No one else kind of decided to start trying to do any of the shit that Tom Morello was doing.
Right. No, and no one, to this day, I don't think anyone's really done that kind of stuff. He is the guy that does this. You don't see other guys doing scratching on their guitars, essentially, right? And the reason I like this solo so much is because it kind of highlights the weird, crazy shit he does, but also just how technically good he is. Just the way he can go up and down the fretboard, and the scales he can do, how quickly he can do them. It's just fucking so good. I'll play this song.
Oh, don't forget that part.
Oh yeah, I guess I should play that too. We'll play that leading into it.
That scream sounded familiar.
Yeah. We were just talking about this guy.
I guess that's Stephen Perkins doing the percussion.
Yep.
It's awesome.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And there's no rhythm guitar on this one.
Oh yeah, I love that too. Yeah. Like that right there.
Bass doing exactly what it's supposed to be fucking doing.
Yeah.
Oh, chills.
Yeah.
Literally chills. It's crazy. I know what he's doing there too, and it's not super complicated. He's got a pickup that's a dead pickup, and he's got a pickup that's live active, and he's just going switching the pickups back and forth. And
So he's playing with one hand, just left-handed.
Well, no. So basically he's just pounding on the fretboard with one hand and tapping with one hand and going back and forth on the pickup with the other. So that's how he's doing that. But not to say I could fucking do that.
No, it's so precise.
Still impressive as hell. And that beginning part was like, you know, he's got the whammy pedal all the way down, but he's doing the
yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. It's insane. And it like this is what I love about dime solos too, is the just how it fits in with the melody of what's going on with the rhythm section. Like Dime had this way of finding that like sweet spot within what was going on with the rhythm and finding that perfect solo to fit in there. That's what this is to me too. Like it just fits perfectly. So love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I have this note too, Joe. This I don't know if you remember this or not, but do you remember we covered Tricky by Run DMC?
Yeah.
We used the main riff from this song during the verses instead of the riff they used in Tricky. And I have a clip of that, believe me.
Oh boy.
This is us in Tricky.
This is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right, on top. In Tricky, in the top. Here we go. To rock around. That's right, on top. In Tricky. How is it? Tricky.
This is Alt Shabine, April 6, 2007.
Yeah.
These girls are really sleazy. All they just say is please me. All spend some time and rock around.
Hey, it works.
You had to throw in that quick self-promotion.
Oh,
yeah.
Here's something I did 14
years ago. Of a band that we're no longer in. Yeah.
A band that's not, none of those people are in now.
Exactly.
Mike.
Colazzo, the only one left. Yeah. And then it goes into quite possibly the second best song on the album.
Yeah, I agree.
Up.
This song is so good.
I mean,
the opening riff reminds me of Kashmir a little bit.
Yeah, totally. I was going to say Kashmir.
Yeah, I can see that.
100%. Yeah.
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 I'm surprised Jimmy Page didn't.
Yeah, right. Wait a tick. Or it could remind you of The Matrix, right?
I don't know.
What?
Does it?
The Matrix, the movie? Remember at the very end of The Matrix?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And he flies off.
It's fitting, too, considering Wake Up.
Yeah.
I'm the only person on the earth that is not really that into that movie.
Really? That's a great movie.
Yeah.
The first one, not the second. The second and third, really.
I mean, I was actually pissed off by the first one. I'm just like, okay, and all of a sudden, you know, the entire storyline of the first half is kind of pointless. It's like, oh, so okay, so none of that mattered, and okay, so now why didn't they just start the movie at this point? You know?
Well,
that's like the Titanic. Just watch the last 5 minutes. You're good.
Well, I don't know. Well, for you know, The Matrix, it's really got to watch the last hour. You can watch the first, hour and a half, and then watch the last hour because they're, let's face it, kind of two totally different movies.
In a way, yeah, that's true.
Let's play a little bit more of this.
Yes,
yeah.
Please.
Got the flanger going big time on this song.
Yeah, I'm back in this. Forward to my mind, dot flex. Flick like Wilson. Fingers never lacking that finesse. What do I got to do to wake you up? To shake you up, to break the structure up. This blood still flows in the gutter. I'm like taking photos. Bad boy kicked over.
I'm going to fast forward to the end.
Yeah.
The end
all right.
So good. Actually, let me get a little further. Just.
Hey, the song's 6 minutes long. That's for them.
Yeah.
It's long. awesome.
Yeah.
Voice cracking again.
He's losing his mojo.
Good Lord.
So pissed.
Good Lord!
Exactly. Oh man.
I mean, it just still reminds me, like, when I saw, they were the first band I ever saw live, and I did not know much about them. I had really gotten into Tool, but had not really heard anything from Rage or anything. I was excited about it because I'd heard, people telling me about it, and of course their show. I believe, they were the opening band. I believe they played 3 songs.
Oh my gosh!
And, well, it's because he pulled out a dictionary. Yeah, I mean, at the time I'm just like, okay, all right. I mean, at the time I was still pretty hardline conservative myself. I was definitely voting, on the right side of the aisle those days. But I was still appreciating what he was talking about. But I was kind of just like, when the fuck are these guys going to start doing something? They had so much to say and not a whole hell of a lot of time as an opening band. I wish I had heard more of this. I don't even know what songs they played, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the band. One way or another. So much to say. Such a consolidated.
Fistful of Steel.
Which sounds like a Judas Priest song title.
It is.
I mean, it's a good one. It's another one of those that's like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's good, but Township Rebellion and Freedom,
Yeah. Yeah, we can probably skip this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we'll just go to Freedom. I don't know. Township Rebellion's good too, but
I dig it. But I mean, let's face it. We already know what they're talking about at that point in the album. Freedom is One of the biggest tracks I think on the from this release.
I think it got played on MTV more than any video I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know about that.
I feel like it was always on.
It was on a lot.
You remember this song? I think we were annoyed by this song because we said they ripped off Faith No More.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real thing.
The drum beat, yeah.
They really did. Just something to pick on them for.
Yeah, exactly.
Solo. I'm a soloist on a solo list. All live, never on a floppy disk. Bottle of ink.
I don't think Mike Borden invented rim shots.
No.
Let me play a little bit of that. I mean, it is very similar.
It is very similar.
It's
two completely different songs, but
yeah.
And this again, the ending once again, really, really good.
Freedom.
Good Lord.
So some of the Zach De La Roca's hardcore stuff is on YouTube, but I forget the name of the band. But it's funny because the guy who has been working on our house a little bit here and there, he's a big. I discovered he's into hardcore stuff, and he keeps sending me these. He keeps texting me these bands that I've never heard of because I'm not that into hardcore, and I like a lot of it. And One of them was his old band, Zach De La Rocha's old band, and I was like, that's the guy from Rage Against the Machine. He's like, oh yeah, I like this way better than Rage Against the Machine. Like, wow.
Inside Out, is that the name of the band?
That sounds right.
What is it called?
Inside Out, I think.
Okay. He's got a band called One Day as a Lion.
Oh, that's a good album.
That was that's after Rage.
Yeah. That is a good album, though. It's short. I think it's an EP.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's short.
Some of it sounds like Rage. Like the song One Day as a Lion.
Got somebody from the Mars Volta on there. The drummer.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Let me add that to my music.
I mean, I can play a little bit of One Day as a Lion, the song. It's really good. As long as we're talking about him, why not? Get the idea.
It's cool.
It's a good album.
You hear that and you're just like, man, why did this band break up?
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
it's so frustrating.
It's frustrating.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just like, they hit the point like with, Bush's, 8 years, and we're just like, you know what? It's not working. So let's not even act like we're going to try.
I don't know why they broke up. Like I mean, they never really broke up. They just stopped making music.
Yes, but I mean, let's face it. The fact that everyone besides the vocalist ended up in was Velvet Revolver.
Yeah, no, it was Audio Slave.
Oh,
Audio Slave, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's not as though they stopped doing anything. I mean, I have listened to a lot of Morello's solo stuff. So they were all. It's just like hey guys, listening to that. I mean, that sounds like a fucking Rage.
It could be
album.
a Rage song. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, well, let's grade this thing. I think we know.
All right,
what we're going to give it. I'm going A. I'm not going A plus because there are a couple songs that are like not great, but A for me.
Yeah, A for me as well.
A.
I'm gonna go. I'm going A plus because this. I mean,
back to back A pluses from Keith.
I mean, flat out. I think this band is the reason why I ended up being like, you know what? I should actually listen to rap. It might be good. And next thing
I'd say that's the same thing for me. Like they opened the door for me for some other rap stuff for sure.
I mean, let's face it.
And not just Limp Bizkit.
I'm the Man may have started it, but that's not really.
Yeah, this is
rap.
Yeah,
this was legitimate rap being done. It was like
so.
What?
They're touring right now, right?
Yeah,
but I mean, how much are tickets? 100.
I don't know. Yeah. It says they donated almost $500,000 to reproductive rights groups in Wisconsin and Illinois.
Good.
After the Supreme Court ruling this year.
Yeah, it was like I think the first 4 shows they donated. I think it was like 100% of the proceeds of the ticket sales to those groups.
That's good.
Because people were complaining, like, "Oh,
raging,
they're the machine now," and people were like, "No, actually, they donated a shit ton of money."
I mean, that's the whole
I
thing.
think that was the only reason that Zach
ended up
actually.
for one of these shows. Zach ended up like injured and they had to finish off on a stool.
It was a weird injury too. Yeah. He was just jumping around on the stage. He wasn't like, and then he just landed on his foot wrong or something.
Osteoporosis, man.
Yeah. They're not young. You're not young guys anymore.
No.
And did you see the clip of
Tom Morello getting tackled off? Yeah, getting knocked off the stage by the security guy.
Some guy came running on the stage.
Yeah, the guy ran on the stage, and then the security guy went to go grab him, and ended up knocking Morello head first off the.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't get injured more. He was fine, thankfully.
Well, he must have been so pissed.
Oh God!
He must have been like yelling, like "motherfucker!"
I mean, I can't believe I'm like looking over. The bass player's still going. They're still playing the song. It's also like, guys.
Yeah. I think Zach had to be like, "Hold on." Somebody's not here.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got the single releases in order here. There were 4 singles on that album. Killing in the Name was first, then Bullet in the Head.
Really?
Bomb Track, and then Freedom.
Wow.
That was over about
I guess we hated all of
2
them.
years.
Well, we used to make fun of Bomb Track all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Like, oh yeah, boy, Bomb Track.
Talk about the Bomb Track. Used to always do that.
Yep.
Which I guess for like a year we did that.
Before throwing in the Ted Nugent.
Oh God. No.
No.
Well, talking about cool things that we're into. I mean, there's this show. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. It's called Stranger Things.
No spoilers. I haven't watched it. Stop.
Have you watched? I haven't watched
the new season.
Please tell me you at least know what I'm about to talk about, right?
No.
The Metallica thing?
The Metallica?
No, I haven't seen the new season.
Dude, then just walk away. Because, I mean, how could you not know about that scene? It is so glorious.
It is awesome.
Just wave when you're done.
And they just, I don't know, this just came out like an hour ago, right before we started recording, but what is his name? Joe?
Who gives a shit? Eddie
the actor
Munson.
who plays Eddie. It's Eddie Munson.
Yeah.
He was at Lollapalooza and he got to meet Metallica backstage and actually jammed on on Master of Puppets backstage.
Oh my God. They also, they used footage from Stranger Things during Master Puppets on the big screen behind them. They had him.
Yeah, they did.
The scene from the show with him playing.
I love, like, I think maybe even Eric may have posted it earlier, like, playing Master of Puppets back in 1986, and it's like everyone in the room staring at you like you're the goddamn devil.
Yeah.
I'm playing it today, and it's just like everyone's like, "Yay, party time!
I know,
Get out the red cups, thanks, Mom."
Yeah, I know. It is weird.
It's really weird.
Laura said it's a mind fuck, but that's a total
exactly.
thing to say.
Like I love
it's
that.
Total mind fuck.
Talking about like holy shit, like finally, like a show I can relate to, and now every motherfucker in the world is just like, yeah, man. I was just like that too. Fuck you, no, I was that guy. God damn.
Exactly.
He was like the best character ever.
Yeah.
Awesome, but whatever. Okay, Joe, come on back in.
All right.
I've been.
I can't believe they killed the Chinese guy.
I've been doing nothing but buying vinyl lately, so that's all. That's the only cool thing I've been doing. So
I wish I had
picked a few of the favorites. I got Caius recently, both, and the Circus Leaves Town and Sky Valley.
You got one in Pittsburgh.
Get a pretty bad glare off of your overhead light. So.
Yeah,
did you get that in Pittsburgh?
There you go.
Yeah, I did. Circus Leaves Town I got in Pittsburgh.
The record store
Sky Valley.
Called...
That's what I thought. Sky
Valley. I got that in Pittsburgh.
Is it tracked out like the original CD, or is it?
No, it's
cut proper.
It's cut proper. I'm pretty sure. I can check mine. The record store in Pittsburgh is called The Attic,
right.
by the way.
It looks right. I got.
Although I guess on a record you could just find the grooves where they're smooth, right? Smooth.
Walmart did their Metallica. They released a bunch of Metallica, so I finally got Reload, and I was super excited to finally get this. Got Death Magnetic.
Really?
He's doing like little micro expressions.
Some of these have really cool colored. Yeah.
Yeah, the Walmart stuff always has colored vinyl.
It's like a gray vinyl.
Yeah. It's really cool.
The Garage Ink is really cool too. Let me pull that out.
Isn't it blue?
Yeah, it's like cool blue. Everyone listening right now is like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
It's really cool. I definitely want to highlight two that I was very excited to find. This, which I didn't know existed, but live.
I mean, there was a DVD, so it's just going to be tracked on DVD, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool. And I finally got this
in Pittsburgh.
That glare is bad, but yeah.
At the Attic.
Yes.
It's Book of Souls, Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
I should have been announcing that as
we should have been. The other one was Flight 666 for Iron
Flight
Maiden.
666, Book of Souls, which I've been trying to find for years. So glad to get that. So yeah, that's all I've been doing is spending way too much money on vinyl.
We had our house painted and we're having doors replaced. So I'm broke for the next God knows how many years, and I will not be buying another. I mean, I guess I just bought Tool's Opiate as well as Suicidal Tendencies' first album. But those were the last 2 albums I'm going to be buying anytime soon.
Sure. That's what every record collector says.
Yeah.
Speaking of Suicidal, did you see their bass player died?
Yeah.
Well, Bob Heathcote, it was. I mean, he died, and it wasn't as though it was like cancer. I mean, he died in a motorcycle accident. I mean, it's horrible, but hey, it's more fitting way for a guy like him to go out than
Anyone else?
I mean, R.I.P.
I mean, I haven't really done much of anything cool because all I've been doing is editing this dance recital video.
All right, well, tell us about that, man.
All you need to know is that Kesha is terrible.
Oh yeah, Kesha, man, she loves the Iron Maiden. Or who is that? Lady Gaga that loves the Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
And now they're all fucking wearing like Judas Priest shirts and making that fashionable. Fuck you, goddamn asshole.
I just always forget how much work these recitals are because you have to shoot it, you have to edit it, you have to author the DVDs, you have to duplicate the DVDs, and it's a lot.
But you get paid.
It's a lot of money. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it's helps.
It's money, and hell, the people that buy it really appreciate what you do. So.
Yeah, that's true. I do it for the kids, man.
I've got 2 of them. I hope that you end up doing my daughter's ballet recital someday.
You never know.
Or karate.
Hey, or the karate.
Karate show. Maybe you should record those. Why isn't that a thing?
I don't, this is enough.
It's like something people would actually be interested in watching again.
I don't know. This is plenty. Well, we did get to Eric and I got to go to that record store, The Attic, and Eric's response to that place was the same as mine. The first time I went there, I didn't know what to do.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's literally walls.
Eric's like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, that's exactly what I said when I first came here. I don't know what to do.
Paralyzed by choice.
That big?
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Well, it's
weird because it's a small place, but they've utilized the space in a way where there's just records here.
You don't even realize it. Like I started in like the M's. I'm like, why am I starting? This is weird. Why is it like where's the A? Oh, it's the one above you. There's stuff like up here and then up here, and then there's another shelf down here, and there's one below your knees. And then if you go around the corner, there's another room where there's literally shelves of that's where all the rock stuff is. And it's just shelves and shelves and shelves and like they're like different sections, but they're so small that like you have to walk between. Only one person can walk in these little narrow alleyway things.
It's like almost like a small library with like these little tiny slivers of space you can go into, and you have to look. Okay, here's Alice in Chains. Okay, here's Pearl Jam. Here's
one of those places you don't know what they're going to have, but you're going to find at least 20 things in the little row aisle that you're going to start off and know you need to fucking stop and walk the fuck out of there. Right.
I think I had at least 8 records in my hand at one point, and I had to make a decision. Like, what am I going to get?
Yeah. I get stressed in those stores.
Yeah, you do get stressed out. Yeah.
I'm like, oh God. I'm going to have to make some hard decisions here at some point.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is.
So oftentimes I'll just go in and like there are 2 that I like, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
That's it. Fuck it.
Yeah. You hit the number you're going to...
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't take much.
Too long?
No. Doesn't take long at all.
No, it doesn't.
It's really something. Yeah, because there's a whole section of just metal. I always go there first. And you're finding stuff where you're like, I'll just think of a band. Just think of any band you've ever liked, and they probably have something. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh, Nuclear Assault. Yeah, we have that. I'm like, all right, cool. Prong. We have Prong. Okay, cool. And you're like, all right, what about rock stuff? You have a Perfect Circle. Yes, we have Perfect Circle. Okay, cool. You have Beastie Boys? Yep, there's Beastie Boys.
Well, what record store is not going to have some Beastie Boys?
Where is this place?
It's in Pittsburgh, but they had like Paul's Boutique, and they had 2 versions of Paul's Boutique. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, that was weird. It's out. It's in Millvale, right? Is it technically?
It's Millvale.
It's outside Pittsburgh.
That's not the. Wait, did we go to one in Pittsburgh?
Records?
I'm thinking of Asheville. I'm thinking of Asheville. That's where you got Sky Valley, isn't it? Wasn't it Asheville, not Pittsburgh?
Oh yeah. I got.
You got Blues for the Red Sun in Asheville.
Yeah, that's right. It was Blues for the Red Sun.
Yeah. Because I remember you texted me. I thought it was like an old version. I didn't realize they had re-released it.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. And I was like, oh.
That's happening a lot lately.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we should wrap it up.
Okay.
Well, for
okay, bye-bye.
for Joe and Keith and Tim, I'm Eric saying...
Make sure you subscribe. Hit that like button.
Sorry for the curse.
Smash that like button.
I say stupid things.
Energy, aggression, power. To sum it up, it's a vulgar display of power.
Sometimes I think you drink just a little too much blood. I'm sorry, I'm going to BA. Bloodaholics Anonymous.
Cutting it up big time.
They are miserable slaves of Satan.
Some country code in this.